So I had a pretty profitable week trading gold this week, and I want to give you guys a breakdown of the trade, why I entered and how I entered. As you can see, this is the before and this is the after of the trade. All right, boom, this is the 1 hour time frame, and as you can see, Sunday night, Monday morning, the market ended up opening with a huge gap to the downside, which then ended up breaking structure and showing me that under 47.82 price was going to go bearish, right? This was my indication, and for everybody that knows me and for everybody that follows me, you know that I trade ICC, which is indication, correction, and continuation. So the first part of that equation is already done. We have an indication to the downside. The market later on corrected to the upside, but then ended up creating a lower high. Why is this a lower high? It's a lower high because it's lower than the previous high, right? Giving me more confirmation that under 47.82 we will be selling to the downside. I waited for that correction, and then when the market came back under 47.82, I placed my trades. My initial stop loss was above here, but then when the market came here, it tested the level, went back up and created a small higher low, and then when it came back under 47.82, I added even more positions, and then I had to move my stop loss from up here to down here, and then I let my trade run. The market ended up selling off crazy to the downside, which then broke this low that was recently created. So we have a high and a low, which then broke structure, right? Price came back up, created a lower high, but then when it started selling off, it created a lower low. Why is this a lower low? It's a lower low because it's lower than the previous low, right? Which then gave me another indication that below this low that price has broken, price is going to sell off again, right? So once we broke this low, I ended up holding my positions, waited for price to correct. As I told you, I trade ICC, which is indication, correction, and continuation. I had a new indication to the downside. This was my first indication to the downside, showing me that for under 47.82, price was going to go bearish, right? I had my indication, price corrected and created a lower high, right? Came back under the level, ended up breaking this recent low, then created a lower low, which then gave me a new indication, right? Price ended up correcting, gave me another lower high, and then when price came back below the initial breakout level, I added even more positions, and this was my target. So if you can guess how much I made on this trade, I have $100 for the first person that can guess how much I made out of this trade.